welcome to Studio 39 Design Studio. Richmond speaking, your resident architectural and interior designer. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do an uploaded isometric view. I think it's called an isometric, but I see here in ArchiCAD, as you can see, it's written axonometric. It's one of the views that I'm currently using on most of my projects during the presentation stage to get the idea across to my clients. All right, as you can see here, this is the view that I'm going to be doing with you guys. This is the isometric view or isometric view that I'm going to be doing with you guys. As I said, I've been currently using this view since the beginning of this year on most of the projects that I present. So as you can see, this is one of the projects. This is a site isometric, but it's not exploded. There's actually two types of units, building types, if I might say. There's this one, and then these three are the same. So I did separate pages for both of them. So this is another one. So I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to do this. Here's another one right here. And then this is another project. It's a double-story building that I was designing. There's a ground floor and the first floor, and then here I cut at the ground floor and the first floor, and then you have the roof at the top there. So let's get into it. So this is the updated model that I'm going to be using for this demonstration. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just go ahead and delete this because it's going to get in the way. And I'm going to go into the floor layout. This is the floor layout. And I'm going to select 3D render. So this is a layer combination I prepared for when I'm supposed to be doing 3D models, or going to Lumion to do some presentation work. So I'm just creating a parameter for my view. So once I have my parameter set out, I'm going to be using the marquee tool right there at the top. So this is the marquee tool, and I'm going to be using the select method for floors. And then I'm going to click from that corner to that corner, and then I'm going to press F5, or you can just press F5 so that the cut plane is visible. So right now I'm using this perspective view, so I'm using the perspective view right here, but we want to use this isometric view, which is this one. So as soon as I clicked it, everything went out of view. So you can just press on fit to window to make sure that everything shows up nicely. So now you just want to try and align it to how you want it to show up. So do you want it this side? I personally would like for it to show in this direction. So in order to make sure that the angles are equal in this direction and that direction, you're going to have to click on 3D projection settings, and then you have to align your camera angle, so 270 degrees, and then maybe the sun, if you want to have the sun in your model, you have to adjust that. And then there are certain settings. Obviously, you can either look from the top or isometric. So as you can see right here at the top, as I hover over some of these illustration blocks, you have your top view, your isometric, axonometric. So this is isometric, front axometric, monometric, dimetric. Yeah, I think you guys get the point here. So I want to select this one because it's much more clearer. It gives you an X angle and Y angle of 30 degrees, and then 90 degrees is Z. Come back and select that, so it fixes that problem. And then I can just say okay, and then everything is nice and dandy. The only thing I need to do now is to come in and select the 3D cutaway. So as soon as I select it, it cuts. Obviously, there's one that is currently active. So what you'd want to do, obviously, I'm currently in orbit mode. I'm going to press O to exit edit mode, and then I'm going to select this, and then I'm going to throw it in the bin right there. So that's it. It worked. Fits everything to the window. And then because this is already selected, the only thing now I need to grab those scissors. So these scissors show up on all four planes of your screen. So from the top, from the bottom, as I hover over it, it shows you where the cut is going to be coming from. If I go to the side here, it shows you where the cut is going to be coming from. If I go to the left, it shows you where the cut is going to be coming from. So I want to be coming from the top with my cut at this point in time. So I'm going to click on that, on those scissors at the top, and then I'm going to sort of like drag it down and then select a plane where I feel comfortable. I'm cutting through a lot of things, but in order to finalize this cutting plane, you just need to click on finalize, and then it shows up nicely. The only thing to do now is to, while it's selected like this, let's double check once again to make sure the angles are right. The angles are right. Click OK, and then we click anywhere outside of the model, and then we say new 3D document. So we're creating a new 3D document. I'm gonna make this one 3D 11 axonometric, or we can just say isometric. Let's just go ahead, isometric. And then we click create. So this is how it's going to show up. But now we are only cutting and showing the ground floor, the floor information. What we now want to do is to show the everywhere from where we cut, we want to show everything all the way up to the roof. So I'm gonna go to F3 to go into 3D, and then I'm going to select the plane that I have, because you can see that it's a faint line right now. So what I want to do here is I want to select it and right click, and then I want to select reverse cut plane direction. So it's going to flip it. Now it's going to be showing everything that is above all the way up to the roof. And then I'm going to click and say new 3D document. So this is going to be 3D -12 isometric, and then create. So there you go. Now we can go, let's go over to the view map so that we can try and manipulate this to actually look nice. So you want to right click on your 3D 11 isometric, and then you go to 3D document settings. And this is where you can now try to jazz up the look. Right now, it looks dull. So currently, as you can see, everything is currently white. But what you're going to see is that everything that is being cut has the same line weight. That is because this is the cut pen. The line weight currently is set to 2.025. Now the cut fill, it's either you have it as white or I want it as black right now. So when you click on this, it will show everything that is being cut. It should show everything that is being cut as black, but I don't know why it's showing. So let's try that again. Let's try it here. So now everything is indicated as black. Anything that is being cut, even the fridge currently, is shown as being white. Now we can go ahead, and what you want to do is you want to play around with this. So you want a uniform surfaces. but you also want the surface cover fill background to be added on. So the pen, let's change that. So this is how it shows up. It's a bit too busy, but I think you guys get the point. What's happening here is that it's showing the shadows. So I want to just go ahead and make sure that the shadows do not show. Click on OK, and that's what you get. Maybe you want everything that is currently in a fill on the uncut section to have a uniform pen, and that pen should be sort of like a light color so that it doesn't overpower the rest of the drawing. So you just want to say okay. That looks terrible. So basically what I do here is I just go around and play with the settings as much as possible until I get the desired results. Right now I'm seeing that I don't really like how these patterns are overpowering the drawing. So maybe I go back and I say maybe these ones under the surface fill and remove them. Let's just leave it as a background. So that changes. And now we only show the road is just shown in one color, and the sidewalks and are paved in a specific type of paving. So I think this kind of works. I think I'm okay with this. I would like the pens of the fills to be a bit lighter. So the uncut pen, yeah, I think that makes more sense right now. Everything is lighter. So yeah, so other things that you can do right now is you can go ahead, maybe add some people into some entourage. So you just want to make this sort of like pop out. Then you can select different type of entourage. What you might want to do also is to add cars into the scene. So let's try and add some cars into the scene right now. Okay, so I've added some cars into the scene. Let's see if they are going to show up on the isometric. There you go. We have cars that are showing up. Obviously, they cut here, so maybe what I can do is I can lower them by say 100. There it goes. The cars are in the view right now. Um, maybe just a little more entourage. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna try and go ahead and do the same thing to this. Let's go ahead and do the same thing as we did on the other side. All right, guys. So that's what you have now. You have your roof with your line direction showing, and obviously this is a 3D element, so it doesn't need any lines. So now we wanna put all of this into a sheet of paper. So I've already set up this A4 size paper, and what I'm gonna start doing is I'm going to go ahead and drag the one that shows the lower portion of the isometric. So currently it doesn't fit into the page. So maybe I'd want to do is I want to go ahead and make this page a bit bigger. So currently under my masters, I don't have an A3, which is sort of like portrait. So I'm gonna have to create one. I'm gonna create a new master, which is going to be A3 portrait. And I'm gonna go, okay, A3 portrait. Let's make this 10 millimeters. I think we're happy about that. And then here we are going to assign A3 portrait. Okay, so there you go. Just want to bring this into the center, somewhere here. And then I want to remove the title. And then I'm going to go to map view, and then I'm going to select the top portion, bring it in here, select this and remove the title again. And then I'm going to drag it by one of the corners. So that corner should align with this corner right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this up, but we want to make sure that we clear this here. So it is clear. So basically you're done at this point in time. The only thing to do right now is to add the lines. So I'm going to press L on my keyboard, and then I'm going to add a line from that corner to this corner. And that one, what you want to do is you want to choose either a red line or maybe a blue line and make it a dashed line. And then you can just go ahead and drag and drop it in places that you feel are relevant to what you are trying to express. So usually you want to drag it to the corners. Okay, I'm done with the lines. So what I'm realizing now is that the blue lines that I selected to use here are not popping out as much as I want them. So I'm gonna go ahead and revert to the blue line, to the red line, which shows up a little bit better, I guess. But now there are certain lines which are sort of like not showing up in the right manner. So what you want to do here with this line, which goes all the way and the element it's trying to connect to is at the back, you want to go ahead and sort of like trim this. You'll have to go around trimming some of the lines that you've created, which are sort of like under the elements that you are trying to show. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm selecting a line, and then I'm using the split tool to split the line in two and then delete the one that I don't want. All right, I think we're done at this point. So I'm just gonna try and bring this maybe more central. And then I'm gonna go ahead and print it. And there you go, you have your exploded isometric. It's a bit heavy on the lines. Maybe if I was to go through it again, I wouldn't do double lines on this wall, so that it doesn't necessarily overpower the diagram. But I think you guys get the point. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. Go ahead and maybe try and add this into your repertoire, into your presentation drawings. That's it for me, Richmond. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you on the next video. Love you guys. God bless you and goodbye.
No, don't show yourself.